Good morning to one and all. I am Vidya Manasvi, pursuing 4th BTech in the stream of IT. I am going to give a seminar on podcast. A podcast is an episodic series of digital audio file that user can download in order to listen. It is a program available on internet based on audio and video recordings. Users who are subscribed can download it automatically using internet. It uses subscription model. Contents: Introduction, History, What is podcasting, Types of podcasts, Podcasting, How to podcast, How podcasting works, Benefits of podcasting, Audacity, Future, Advantages, Disadvantages, and Conclusion. Introduction. Podcast. A podcast is a word that is formed by the combination of iPod and broadcast. A podcast is an episodic series of digital audio files. It refers to individual components of series or individual media file. Podcasting. Podcasting is the method of distributing multimedia files such as audio or video programs or internet using RSS or Atom syndication formats for playback on mobile devices and personal computers. Here RSS is an rich site summary and also called as really simple syndication. It is a collection of XML standard formatting. RSS feed is a mandatory feed for hosting a podcast. History. Proposed by Tristan Lewis. Creators Dave Winner and Adam Curry. What is podcasting? A radio show is recorded to a computer. In this MP3 sound file is sent to a website. From that website, customer subscribed to RSS feed using iTunes can listen on their computer and also in a sort of transferring through MP3 player and listen using internet. Types of podcast: audio only podcast, enhanced podcast, video podcast, and screencast. Audio only podcast. In this audio only podcast plays on any MP3 player. It is a combination of MP3 files and an RSS XML file. Example: Fondren library. Enhanced podcast. It is a combination of audio and images like slideshow, plays on computer, and later version of iPods. It is a combination of M4A files and an RSS XML file. Here M4A is a extension of MP4 audio files which stores audio files in it. Example: Naked Scientist podcast. Video podcast. It is a combination of audio and video which plays on any computer and iPod with video. It is also a combination of M4B or MP4 files and an RSS XML file. Here M4B is extension of MP4 video files which stores video in it. Example: Real Nebraska. Screencast. A screencast is also video screen capture. Computer output is digitally recorded. It supports compact file format like MP4 and Adobe Flash. Editing features include alteration in sequence, audio, and mouse movements. It is used for business purpose. Podcasting. Podcasting is same as podcasting, but users subscribe to video content. How to podcast? First of all, we have to plan podcast and then produce podcast and publish podcast and promote podcast. How to podcast? Record and edit the podcast. Put the MP3 file in an RSS enclosure. Changes are published in website. Set up a software and let it run. Synchronize the media player with the subscriber computer. Enjoy the podcast. How podcasting work? To record a podcast, plug a USB headset with a microphone into your computer. Install an MP3 recorder for Windows, Mac or Linux. Create an audio file by making a recording and saving it as an MP3 file. Finally, upload the MP3 audio file to one of the podcasting sites. Benefits of podcasting. Allow listeners to time shift and place shift media consumption. 100% efficiency since episodes are downloaded by the listeners. Easily accessible. Access to an educated, influential audience with high disposable income. Ability to leverage electronic programming without an outside news media filter. To listen a podcast, go to a podcasting site and download the free software. Click on the hyperlink for each podcast you want. You can listen right away from your computer or download the podcast to your MP3 player. You can also subscribe to one or more RSS feed. Your podcasting software will check the RSS feed regularly and automatically pull the contents to your playlist. Audacity. Audacity is a piece of sound editing software that is used by many. Audacity is free, easy to use, software-based audio recorder and editor. It is a cross-platform. So it does not matter whether you are using Windows, Mac, OS, GNU or Linux. With Audacity, you will be able to record live audio using your computer sound input. Future. Right now, podcasting is primarily an amateur medium. Podcasting aggregators such as podcastingla.com and podcast.net are including advertising on their sites. Advantages. Available anytime, anywhere. Easy to create, distribute and download. No podcasts are auto-downloaded. Can restrict podcasts to students enrolled in courses. Power of audio or text. No need to invest new piece of hardware. Your own podcast studio and very little investment. Disadvantages. Enter file is downloaded to student computer device. Need sufficient bandwidth to download the podcast in a timely fashion. Limited usefulness for hearing impaired people. No interactivity. Conclusion. With the increase of easy to use program and the increase in mobile technology, we are able to create, access and listen to podcasts wherever we go. Podcasts offer educators and students new ways to share knowledge and communicate about their understandings. Any queries? Thank you.